Hi guys, my name is Jordan Scheidecker and I'm a very passionate wheelchair basketball coach. Part of that passion is me wanting to share the information that I have about the sport with the rest of the world, and I thought a cool way to do that would be a wheelchair basketball podcast. Obviously, I have a lot of goals and different things I want to accomplish with this podcast as far as bringing high-level talent within the sport on and high-level coaches within the sport and doing different instructional things for people and just making sure that everyone has access to information that can help them be the best wheelchair basketball player, coach, any experience you want to have in wheelchair basketball, just help you be the best, right? And I think a huge part of that is just, again, access to information. So this podcast is hopefully going to be really huge and just bringing us all closer together and making sure that everybody's training at the highest level they can possibly train at, training, competing, whatever it may be. So as far as the podcast, everyone knows, like, a lot of people want to start podcasts and they have a hard time kind of where to get started, figuring out where to get started. So I thought a cool way to kind of get started would just be recording myself breaking down video of me coaching in some of my favorite games, So me coaching in some of my favorite games and kind of the thought process behind what the kids are thinking through and how they're using detail to make themselves the best athletes they can be within the sport, And so, yeah, I'm super excited about this podcast. Obviously, would love any kind of comments or whatever you guys may have for me about information that I could add or ways I could make it better or different things like that as far as how to make a really awesome podcast. Because right now, I think we're in a time where a lot of wheelchair basketball players need some sort of tool like this. So again, really appreciate your help, really appreciate your support, and don't be afraid to interact with the podcast. You guys can hear me. Garrett shooting free throws, you want to know he's automatic. See that? All right, so Houston's pressed, right? We'll break it down right away, kind of what they do. They did this all season. They're physical dudes. They're really fast. So what they're going to do is double this big man, Luke, right here. Double big Luke and make it tough for Evan to deliver the ball. But if you can see, Luke's nice and big. We talked to Evan all season long about delivering the ball nice and high, making sure only Luke can get it. Boom. Beautiful example of doing that, right? Right over my man Petey. Luke catches the ball nice and high. He's keeping it away from the defense. Okay, so what Houston like to do is they like to sit front side. So you see Big T right here. Boom, this was all strategic right here. Big T gets in front of Carrington right away with this ball. Okay? What we were seeing with Houston is they like to sit front side and make all these kids that struggle to pass have to pass over them. So what was really important right here is this season was working on our passes and telling guys that, listen, you guys already have the ability to pass the ball well. It's about how much do you care about making a good pass, right? So again, you'll hear me talk about this a lot. It goes down to just making people believe and kind of giving them the reasons why they should care about doing the things you're asking them to do, right? Man, I learned this from my coach. One of his famous sayings is basketball is a thinking man's game. Here's an example of that, right? We're gonna right here before we gotta talk. I'm sorry, I'm getting all over the place. But look at this. You see this right here? Moore's effort and her intentions are good, but she misses this pick. And you'll hear me talk about this again, effort and intentions. If you have good effort and your intentions are good with your effort, it's gonna lead to good results, right? You're gonna have good results. So here in this situation, she misses the pick. Thomas is real slow getting over there, doesn't get it. But you'll see good effort, good intentions lead to good results. We'll end up taking a really high percentage shot right here. Boom. Go back to my comments about basketball being a thinking man's game. It's exactly what I was trying to show you. delivers the ball to Big Ev. Before he even catches it, right? Before he even catches this ball, he sees all the eyes going this way. All the eyes going this way. Since he sees all the eyes going towards him, he's going to pass to a threat. Boom. Basketball's a thinking man's game, right? You make a move. You're going to see what the defense decides to do. After you see what the defense decides to do, that's when you should make your final move. Does that make sense? It's kind of like making reads in football or making reads in basketball. Like, you have to have a lot of anticipation when you're playing wheelchair basketball. A lot of anticipation. You'll hear that word a lot too. Right here. Here's a teaching moment too. Big T, he puts his big wheel in Carrington's, or he puts his foot plate in Carrington's big wheel. Puts his foot plate in Carrington's big wheel, so he ends up getting a hook right here. Boom. Here, we'll show you how you might be able to fix something like that. Big T's getting backpicked. It's okay to get backpicked like Big T. So, you know what I mean? Some people are slow, just like him. That's okay though. What you're gonna do is, you see all the space towards the ball. You want to go back towards that threat right away. Thomas kind of sees it, and he's lucky he's got some good coaches like me and Big J Dog. But what he does do is get there too late. So he needs to take away the space a little earlier. Boom. See this angle he tries to take? Yeah, that's not the best angle. He can probably get there and meet him a little sooner with a little better contact. Again, big wheel to foot play is the best contact you can get on defense. Instead, hooks Carrington, gets him all frustrated, and gets the foul. Right here. If you watch the video, you kind of hear me yell at Big T, and I'm yelling, "Don't double." This is a good lesson for a lot of juniors. Right here, Evan's got this man covered, right? He's got this man covered. The baseline guy is covered. So what Thomas needs to do is be up here with Mora and ready to go. Because if you guys can't see right now, what we're doing real nice for them is giving them an opportunity to inbound this ball and Carrington to come set this pick, right? Everybody see it? He can come set that pick on Mora. That's just a whole bunch of space. If Big T, right here, after he figures it out, right, still wants to come double this baseline. So his idea is that Mora is going to be his help. If we're looking at this like thinking men and basketball players, he probably should be closer to Mora's side, forcing Peter to go towards Evan, because Carrington is a really tough threat. Look at where everybody's at on this box out. You see my man Trav? He's not pushing in towards the ball. Do you see my man Lucas? He's not pushing in towards the ball. Do you see Ev? Do you see him? He's not pushing in towards the ball. The only guy we got pushing in towards the ball is Big T, and that's because he's a goober. You know what I mean? Every team's got some of those on their team. Mora ends up getting the rebound at the free throw line. You know, that's a lesson, right? I'll tell you a story. As a college basketball player, I totally get it. You know, I wanted to score the points and get the stats, and there was a game where I had a chance to do that, and I was just going after rebound after rebound after rebound, and everyone I was chasing and letting go over my head, right? And my coach was yelling, just box out and the ball will come to you, right? Well, I know it took me a long time to get it, but watching it here on the film, it's kind of easy to see. Box out, hold your man, and the ball has to come right to you. If it goes over the top, think about how everybody's set up right now, right? It's nice and easy for you to get back into your defense and start running the rotations. Here, under control, right? You see, so many people want to throw this ball, not put their hand on their wheels, try to do some crazy stuff. What Evan's going to do is slow the game down. Back it up. I'm going to back it up. He's going to slow the game down. Luke, ooh, even before that, right? It's a series. Look at Luke right here, freeing up the ball so Mora can get free to make a better pass to Evan. Sets this nice back pick. Backs in a little bit. Sometimes you got to get away with it. Mora delivers the ball. Look at how she delivers it where only Evan can get it. Inside hand, right? Very specific about where she delivers the ball. Boom. Now that we got all these back picks, look at everybody's eyes. It's so tough to guard all of those options, right? That's why you get back picks and move 5 guys together if you've ever heard anything like that. Boom, Moore does a good job of setting this pick, right? A lot of people right now are going to take this and be really, really, really excited with Evan just going to the basket. Evan going to the basket and trying to get 2, right? And then you've got to pick, then my man Carrington's got to pick between 2 threats. But watch what happens on that offside because we're turning all these heads from all these back picks. Look at my man Big Trav. Boom. Getting contact on the seal, right? You notice I said contact on the seal. Boom, contact. He gets contact. He doesn't roll through the space, right? Like he's going to take a layup. If he's the guy sealing, his job is to control that chair, right? So he gets his big wheel on that foot plate and controls that chair. And look at all the space Big T, Tom has to come in and shoot this layup for 2 points. And boom. Everybody on your team's involved in that. That's 5 guys together. That's everybody feeling valued on the court. And that's what I feel special about coaching wheelchair basketball. Finding a way to make all 5 of those positions, all 5 of your players know their job and understand why it's cool that they're doing it, right? Such a great play. Good steal, Travis. Here we don't do a good job of getting back. It's hard to set up our defense. Again, we catch the ball. We're under control. Tom, he calls that under control, and that's him just moving how he moves, real slow. But look, we get it set up now. Nothing there, nothing there. The control. We're not throwing it anywhere. Get it to Trav. And now, guys, watch this. Watch this, right? Trav's going to try to pass that to Luke, swing it to Luke. And what's going to happen? All of those heads are going to turn. Try to watch what 41 and 34 are going to do. Evan and Mora. Watch this. Really nice play. Going to get me hyped as a coach. Boom. Mora's just going to protect Evan, and we're going to get 2 right there. A nice pass delivered. 2 points. Easy ones. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot. Notice how everybody's involved in that? Everybody's engaged. A lot of teams, they get a couple of threats. They like to dribble down the ball. They got 1 or 2 guys dribbling. Everybody's watching them play basketball. They go up and shoot a crazy shot. Everybody goes back on the other end. Doesn't know why they're playing defense. I feel y'all. Look at where we're guarding people right now. Okay, Peter Berry, he's known for scoring a lot of points, right? A lot of points. And today was an off day, and a lot of people are like, man, he had an off day. Well, we were trying to do some things to make sure he had an off day. One of those things we were able to do is come out and guard him above the three-point line, right? Just a little bit past that spot where he likes to shoot the ball. Again, Mora and Travis working together. Mora comes back to close the gap, right? Look at how they work together to close the gap. Boom, work together to close the gap. Unfortunately, we got to leave Carrington to shoot a 3, but that's better than getting beat for 2, right? Beat for a layup, easy shot. Boom, Mora's back on her guy, right? Travis comes. She's able to bring the help that Travis needs. Travis gets back underneath, right? Big wheel, foot plate contact. He's good. Now he's working with Big Luke. And Mora immediately, what she do? Go find her guy. Look, hey, and now I got to talk about my man Ev over here on the offside. Evan right now, he's chilling, right? He's playing rogue. And I get what he's got going on in his mind. But what really he needs to do, if we're thinking like basketball players, is be up on Keyshawn's share right here. Boom. Right there, he needs to have contact on him. And then Big T is going to keep his big wheel contact, making sure my man can't go baseline. And then we're gonna make sure that Keyshawn doesn't even get a chance at coming over here and setting a good pick for Carrington. Because Carrington, with all that speed, all it takes is 1 pick for him to get to the basket. Might not even need that. And look, he's gonna take this shot. Look at the defense right now. The box out. Do you guys see a line of the box out? Like how we look strong in there, and we're gonna catch this ball. Boom. The ball is gonna come to us. And that's part of being out on the chairs too, right? That's part of being back here, right? Out on the chairs. That's why you're out on the chairs, because you think, now look at where everybody's playing defense. Again, we're talking about holding that box out and making sure the ball comes to you. Well, look at how much space the ball has to bounce on the floor and come to us, right? No one's going to jump over us. It's not the NBA. So we're going to get the rebound. Again, under control. We're throwing the ball around. A big Luke makes a really nice catch. Unfortunately, he's not able to stop his chair. He's going to draw this charge, and Peter's going to let him know about it. Boom, and he let him know about it. Exactly what I would have done as a basketball player. Again, look at our line right now. Luke's doubling. I don't like it. I'd rather have them all up on the three-point line doing their thing. But again, it's a progression of things. And if we talk about where they started day one, wow, they look really good at what they're doing right now. Boom. And look at that. Luke's smarter than me because he wasn't even doubling. Just couldn't see somebody. Peter, see that? We let him roll into the spot he takes. You see this shot and how it rolls off soft? Look at this bad boy. This is why you can't let this man take shots that he wants to take. Because when it misses, it's coming off like that. And if you play basketball, you know that man can shoot. Just by watching that. Again, look at the press break here. Look, they're going to double Big Luke. We'll break that down more. I know I talked about it a little bit, and you guys are probably like, what the heck, man? You just stopped talking about it. But it was a breakdown, and it took all game to make them take it off of us. It took 2 seasons to make them take off the press. Delivering this ball nice and high. Look at Travis right now that we got a good view of what's going on. Travis, what's he going to do? Go set this pick on Big Garrett, and if you look at where Garrett's eyes are, it's going to be tough for him to stop this right now. Boom, and his eyes should be there. Boom, and by the time he looks up, look, Travis is ready trying to set this pick. All it takes is one pick to beat a press. That's what I heard, but Big T, look at you. Can't catch the rock. He forgot his hands at home. Sometimes that happens. Okay, guys, look, here's something about this defense, right? So a lot of people are going to come in, play defense here, and play foot plate to foot plate. What Evan does is a really nice job. It's super simple. He turns his back to the shooter, right? Do you see how much closer he can get by reaching back? Boom, and he's knocking these people back. Good. He can touch that ball because he's backing into them, right? Backing into that foot plate, and he can get more space and closer to the ball. So that's a good thing. Okay, I use the word backing in. Everybody that's a wheelchair basketball player knows that you don't really want to back in. You want to get contact, make sure you're controlling your chair, and reach up and see if you can contest that thing a little bit better. You know what I mean? Big T is hyped, and Lil T is hyped. Everybody's hyped. I feel it. I love getting hyped. Now, you see, they saw the value of Travis going to set that pick, right? One pick beats a press, and now they're like, holy cow, we got to guard this guy, right? Holy cow, we got to guard this guy. For so long, we were letting Travis roam free for a second to go set that pick, and since he's been doing it all game, we got to find a different way to stop it. See? Good stuff, Travis. You're a beast. See how tough that pass is to deliver, right? We make Big Luke seem big. Still a tough pass to deliver. We're gonna turn the ball over sometimes. Nerve-wracking. Look, do you see what kind of plays it took to beat these guys? Look, see, a delicious dime, specific on the inside of Thomas's hand so the defense couldn't get it, right? Making sure that happened. And then Thomas is going to throw this beautiful hook pass specifically away from Keyshawn so Moore can score. And then she's going to seal him off a little bit too. Bam. Perfect. And she gets it with 2 birds in 1 stone too, because she's sealing him off before she even catches the ball. Boom, sees it. I got him beat, right? Our press plan is working. Our game plan is working. Now I'm going straight to the basket for 2 points. Clean it up. I'm the MVP. That's what they call me. Again, boom. Back to him, real close to the ball, easy to contest. Carrington's a big dude. Here, control, right? A lot of people want to catch this ball, use Peter to stop their chair and get a charge right here. Mora actually does this a lot in this game, but right here specifically, makes a good decision, pulls it out, looks for a teammate, and you know what? Since we're feeling good and playing the best ball we played all season, why not throw it up real quick? And boom, that's how everybody feels right now. A lot of things are going good for us, but like notice how we only have 11 points. This is a tough game. Peter, he's got the answers. You know what I mean? I want you guys to see this. There's kids out here doing this stuff. It's important. They're not showing you. Boom, 3-pointers. And he's going to showboat. I love it. This is one of my favorite plays of the game, too. That's a big game change right here, right? Momentum swing. They answered a three. We're feeling good about ourselves. First time we've been up on these guys all season, and they answered one of our threes with a three right away. What's Evan do? Keeps his cool, runs our press break play, and then right here specifically, right? Watch how he's going to run his defender into Mora's pick with the ball to give him a little more space. It's a subtle move, right? But now Peter's going that direction, and what happens? Boom. And that's just a lot of work. And extra special right here. Oh, we'll go back to Peter flicking the wrist. Extra special, takes a bounce stop, slows himself down, and takes the shot he wants to take. Real smart. Boom, super clean, off glass. Again, look at our lines, guys. Look at our defensive line. Yeah, they're in the paint. A couple of us are in the paint, but think about how many boxing ones you see, or house defense they call it. Guys, these are the shots you want to take. Think about having to push your chair and move around defenders like this, or just being able to roll back and forth and swing the ball around the horn a couple times and shoot baskets. Guys, this is getting sweaty. This is what's going to make people have to put the ball on the floor and dribble. This is what's going to make people have to learn how to seal for each other, right? We've got to start getting out and guarding these people because we have the ability to do it, and it's going to make the game more fun. Here, look, threats everywhere, right? But look at our lines. Look at where we got Big Garrett instead of in the paint where he's been dominating people all season. Keyshawn, instead of being at the free throw line, setting his seals and hitting that jumper that he likes to cash out all season long, is over here at the three-point line right now, right? Right? Got to get out there and guard people. That's going to change the game. I've been going to set the seal. It's not there, but you'll notice more stuff will just come. If you work with good intentions, you'll get good results. Effort with good intentions, get good results. Swing the ball, right? A lot of our offense is catch and shoot. We'll talk about this right here because we end up doing it wrong, and it ends up leading to us missing the basket with the wide open shot. Boom, we'll walk it through. Everybody's going to think, wow, that's a super nice pick and roll, right? That's a super nice pick and roll. And it is. It is. Cool, guys. Great way to catch the ball on the swing. Know that you got to drive low. And the pick, right? The pick was set before she just rolled through the gap. You know, that's good. But if you think about it, right, you watch the Superstars coach. You watch Kobe Bryant when he got up on his TV show. You watch Nick Saban get up and talk about his TV show in football. It's about the detail, right? So when Evan drives with this ball, notice how he doesn't go to the basket. He's not going to the basket, right? So when he doesn't go to the basket, notice what Peter gets to do. Peter gets to chill a little bit more when it comes to making his decision whether he should guard Mora or Evan, right? And when we got a situation where you got to choose guard Mora or Evan, we don't want to give a whole lot of people time to think that one through, right? So what Evan's going to do is drive like he's going to score to the baseline, right? To that space on the baseline. And like he's going to score means if he drives and he gets that space and he goes to the basket, he's going to have to score it because that's what's going to make the defense guard him, right? And if the defense does guard him, then we're going to get a lot of space for Moore to hold this pick and roll to the basket and take the angle that she wants to take, right? And then she'll be able to score, right? She's catching this ball, and by the time she catches it, boom, catching it, oh, now I got to find the rim and do all this stuff, right? If she comes back, boom, we drive low, Evan drives like he's going to score, Boom, right here. Now he's pulling Peter away from Mora way quicker, right? Now Mora can sit here, have more time, then let Admin pass the ball. Then she can release, catch the ball, and be eyeing up the rim the whole time. It's the detail of the game, right? She can release. She would have had time to eye up the rim. Wouldn't even have had to worry about it. Boom. Took a straight line to the basket instead of that little banana cut. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? A lot of guys come in here, tear out of control. Boom. And she got fouled. Maybe. Set that pick right here. Take one straight line to the basket. One straight line, and then let your teammate deliver the ball. Then you're going to take that one straight line to the basket. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I was all over the place. If you know me, you know I am all over the place. All right, Petey, you can shoot the ball, man. Smack. Crazy. Crazy. Again, keeping it under control, delivering the ball super well. Boom, another example. Deliver it to where only your teammate can get it. Doesn't have to be some flashy pass. Sometimes you just got to goober bounce past that thing over to some space so your homie can roll back and catch the ball. And now your homie's going to keep it under control and let everybody work with those picks. What's happening in the part of the screen you can't see is a whole bunch of back picks. And now everybody's going to come free. Still working. Only one sitting still is Big T because that's what he likes to do. That's his thing. He said, okay, coach, I saved up my energy. I've been sitting still for long enough. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to get you 2 points real quick. You cool with that? And I said, yes, sir. He's pretty crazy. Dude, Luke does a really good job of not being the fastest guy on the court, right? That's not Luke's MO. But what he does a good job of is getting that big wheel in a good spot to guard Carrington, right? We talk about big wheel to foot plate and be ready to get that kind of contact. Boom. Now he's forced Carrington one way, right? Because he's on the front side of Carrington. If he goes there, we got the contact we need. If he comes behind us, all we're going to do is turn our chair, get that big wheel to foot plate, and be right in front of him and get that contact we need. And what else also helps Luke is he's nice and big too. Does a good job of denying that baseline, right? Now Carrington's got to roll around and make decisions. And then they called a technical for someone rolling out of bounds. Happened. Right here in this huddle, I'm talking to my guys about sitting this front side of half, right? Because that's our press break. Because what they like to do before, again, is sit that front side and make you pass over them, which is really nice, right? But now we talk about bringing our backside guys up that are usually over half on the press break. And now we've got all that space, right? Because they're fronting us to deliver that ball, a nice high bounce pass, and we're going to get easy layups. And then if you notice, they do get in front of us a lot too when we're breaking the press. They get in front of us and they stop our press. But that's the thing about it being a thinking man's game. If they take away one option, which is like what I also like to teach, it's very hard for them to take away both options you have. So you think about driving low, right? On that pick and roll, you drive low, and then it's very hard for them to take away more on that dive, right? Or if you take that shot, I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, well, or like following a seal, right? We'll explain it like that. Let's explain it like that. So if I'm a class 1 seal for 4-0 on a fast break, well, in basketball terms, if I'm that 4-0 and I'm that class 1 working together to get that seal, and we only have one defender, that 4-0 either can follow my seal or he's gonna score on a none on none, a one on none, right? Because that guy that I'm trying to steal, that defender that I'm trying to steal, has to pick between guarding me and guarding that 4-0. And that should be a score every time. And that's the thing too. Like we'll talk more about this, but sealing is really a two-person game. A lot of people like to put that all on the class one and say seal or go set a pick or whatever. But in wheelchair basketball, if two people aren't working together to get that done, nothing's gonna happen with whatever pick or whatever seal you're trying to get. And that's why you see a lot of the Bucks players, they don't sit still. They're always moving. Boom, Luke. I love that shot, baby. Again, box out. Box out so good that little Travis is getting on the stat sheet with box outs and rebounds. Under control. That whole time just being under control. Even right here, under control, right? Not trying to force anything. And Luke says, I'm in the post on little dude, so I got to do it, coach. And I felt him. Man, Petey can shoot the ball. You know what I mean? He can really shoot the ball. He can just shoot. And we got to get it to y'all. And y'all can see I'm frustrated right here. And I'll talk to you about this too. Like, like my favorite play in basketball is a high five. You know what I mean? I'm all fired up in my guys. I'm like, man, we let Petey shoot all day. He hit about 16 threes on us. The whole point of us being out on this chair and above the 3-point line is to make sure that he can't hit these threes. And if you watch my man Big Ab over here, 34, if you know who he is, it's real quick. He's just gonna reach over and start high fiving his teammates. After that, I can't even get mad. I'm just like, all right, you know what? We gave up a tough shot, right? We gave up a tough shot, but we know what it takes to fix it. And that's kind of what's awesome about coaching basketball to me is I like to just kind of be the kind of coach that it's a whole conversation between the whole team, between me and my players. Like, you know what I mean? It's not, I'm definitely not a dictator. I'm more of like, hey, let's figure this out together. The knights at the round table, right? So you'll see people or hear about people playing for me and giving me a hard time. And that's our relationship. But I think honestly that's what keeps basketball fun. And definitely I'm the kind of person that thrives off an environment like that. Okay, again, they're going back to double and big Luke. Y'all see this? So what Travis is going to do is go set that pick on Garrett and try to free up Big F. Mm. See, we're able to just do it with two-man situation right here because we deliver the ball well. Luke keeps his ball high, and he delivers it away from Carrington. Quarterback. Quarterback. Delivers it away from Carrington, right? Boom. Can catch it. Evan, or Thomas, sorry. Thomas, where's he deliver it? Real specific. Probably could have delivered it a little bit better, but out in front and away from my guy Aaron. More, what's he do? Keep it under control. We're gonna take a good look at a post up right here. Big C says I like post ups. All post ups are good to me. Here, this was a foul, and I'll tell you guys why it's a foul. In the middle of a game when I'm trying to win with my team, I'm getting upset about this, boom. And I'm telling my man Luke, good defense. One, because it kind of is. But two, he probably could get his big wheel a little bit more in front of that foot plate instead of Garrett falling on the floor and hitting his head and it making a big scene. What Garrett's going to do is fall on Luke's lap and make a big scene. So that looks more of like a foul on Garrett than it does when Garrett's on the floor. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Look, Garrett, doesn't that look like a foul on Garrett or on Luke? Again, where are we at with our defense? Way higher than normal teams right now, playing right away. We're not a team that likes to press. We're a team that was trying to figure out that teacup and our defensive rotations. Under control, under control. Here, another example of the pick and roll and why you got to drive like you're going to score, right? Because if you drive and you don't have intentions of scoring, then we get all confused about what's going on. Big Luke, he gets all the space to drive and he's going to get in the paint, right? Right underneath the basket. That's Big Luke. That's 2 points. But you'll see he gives his ball to Big Ev. Boom. He's got to have intention of scoring that, maybe. You know what I mean? Because Evan's looking at it like, man, they gave you the space. Take that and get 2. But also, we got a good shot off the roll, so it's kind of hard to argue with the options. You know what I mean? There's options in this game. You know, that's kind of like the beauty of coaching wheelchair basketball the right way, right? You come here and you tell your kid, listen, you probably could have done this better, but look at what comes out of it. You still get a good option. You still get so like you know what I mean. It's not like you can't. It's not like you're sitting here telling your kid, "Oh, you gotta get better." It's like literally like, man, you're awesome, but like imagine how awesome you're gonna be when you figure it out like this. And that's kind of the conversations I try to have, not only with like kids, but like anybody that I coach, because so much of the game, right, 75% of it is confidence. Only 25% of it is knowing what you're doing. Again, just playing good defense and holding our lines and doing things the right way has the other team second guessing what they do well, finishing 2 points. See, now Travis is more important, and now Lucas has a lot more space to open up. If you look, Luke could go long down the court. All that space for Big Luke to go. And again, see, now they changed from fronting us because we've had all that space in the back and they don't want us to give up a layup to now we've got all the space to go set picks. Do you guys see that one option versus the other and how they can't take away both? That's kind of what I'm talking about here. If Aaron and Carrington here on Thomas and Morrow were set up on this inside, then we wouldn't have that space to go back and set picks. So what do you think their jobs is going to be? Boom, hold those back picks. They're already ahead, so now they have all that space to go down the court, right? Super fly. I mean, I might have thought about that and thought out that game plan about 20 minutes before the game. No, I'm just kidding. I had a lot of time to think about that. A lot of time to get frustrated, too. Shout out to Jordan Wilkins, too, because all I do is think about offense. And if I didn't have a D coordinator, I wouldn't be doing what I do today. Look at that delivery, right? So high, and no one can get to it. Again, delivery. Only Mora can get to that. Mora, nice hands. She struggled catching the ball when I first met her. Look at this. Again, thinking the game through, right? A lot of people are going to see Tom. Tom's going to get all excited, yell for the ball and say, hey, give me that rock. What Mora's going to do is catch this, know that she's not in good position to make that pass, take one more pass to her teammate, and now look at the ditty. Look at that setup. Nice ditty. Boom, 2 points. Dime. And Evan, way to go back and help your teammate back right away. Good stuff. Mora, another good job of not being the fastest, right? But guarding a threat that's really fast. And why is she able to do that? Is because she gets that big wheel where it's supposed to be, in front of that foot plate, right? Making sure you can only go one direction. Swing the ball around the horn. We're boxing out, ready to go. Big T does a really nice job. Look at his eyes as soon as he catches that ball, right? Where's he looking? At Carrington, because he knows if he seals this bad boy off, Carrington with the ball, no one's going to be able to guard him. So what's he do? Gets his big wheel over here a little bit, fake like he's going to do it. Carrington's like, man, that was really cool of you to be able to think of, and just starts watching the game. Because, bro, that's what I would do too. That was really cool. Thomas bounce stops and finishes for 2 points. Look at everybody. Look at the line we're at. It's not even at the 3-point line because sometimes you can get beat. Sometimes it's a little below that, but it's definitely not in the paint. It's definitely not at the block. Just letting them set up their offense whatever way they want. They're gonna work for it, right? Transition, which is a part of wheelchair basketball. So many times, you know what I mean? So many times, kids roll in and take this 3-point shot. Roll in, boom, rain dance, 50 points on your head. How did they do it? Well, you didn't have a guy like Travis on your team getting out here and making sure you can't just roll in and take that shot. And where's Big Luke? Out there with him, right? And then what's Travis going to do once he sees Luke's about to get picked out? Get back underneath and get this contact so we can do our thing. And man, Carrington is just a beast because that's why you can't just let dudes roll in. Smack, because they hit those all day, too. After hitting circus shots on you. Finesse, bring it back. See my man Luke with the behind the backs. A fancy. Trav, good job right here. He's a little dude, man, playing with the big dogs. He got, literally, it would be tough for him to handle the rock. Get a soul in the line. What's he do right here? Keep it under control, away from the defense. I'm going to get it back to somebody who's going to take care of it real quick. Boom, Luke under control again. Morris got too many options. Sometimes he's got too many options. It can be tough to make decisions. So stuff like that happens. Still a good offensive possession to me. Good box out. Look at how he doesn't push into the ball. He's not pushing into the basket. He's holding this guy. Boom, the ball comes straight to him. Instantly going to back picks. Tom, look, you got Tom. You got Tom setting pick right here. You're going to see Trav come set a pick. Boom. And all these picks. Now we got to figure out who to guard, right? That's okay. They did a good job of figuring that out. Boom. They said, figure this out. But see how they don't stop working and what happens? Don't stop working. Because they figure it out, cool. That's what's going to happen. There's athletes in wheelchair basketball. But it gets tough to guard that a whole possession. And boom, down here too. There's no help for that because we're back here. We're back here, right? Getting beat, boom. So look at this work session. Big Luke, what's he going to do? Gets out in front a little bit. Creates the space, right? You'll hear me talk about this a lot too. Create the space and then attack, right? So you create the space, move the defense away. As soon as you got the space, what are you going to do? Go try to get that big wheel to foot plate, just like on defense. Good contact for a pick is big wheel to foot plate. So he's going to go get that big wheel to foot plate. Carrington's got to make good decisions, right? On the possession before, we saw the pick and roll, Evan running it. He didn't do a good job of driving like he was going to score. We had a conversation about that sometime between that time and now watch how he drives like he's going to score, and it's too hard to make decisions. You end up with an easy 2 points. Finish. Under control. Beautiful. Drive like you're going to score. Look, again, Luke, where's he at when he guards that three, right? He's out on the 3-point line, extending the court, extending the offense's court, right? They've got to take those shots, and then look at where everybody is on the box out. Ready to go. Big T's got hands this time. Keeps it nice and high. Travis looking to pick for Big T. Big T could probably do a better job of pushing his chair right here, right? Because, again, you can't do it slow because if you do it slow, it's time for recovery. You got to make it a quick move here. Get off contact, boom, in front of Travis. Travis should be going already as soon as Big T gets in front, trying to set this pick on Peter. Let's see what happens. We turn over the ball. And then Travis gets scored on. Boom. That happens, Travis. That's all right. Can't be good at everything. All right, I think this is a good place to stop. I just wanted to record a little bit. I'm going to try to record 20-minute segments of the national championship game. And, it says 20 minutes on the video. it's about 9 minutes of the game, so I'll do the rest of this 9 minutes in the next video. But I think this would be a cool way for me to like kind of start doing what I'm trying to do again, like in my earlier conversations. Um, if you guys have any questions for me about basketball, I love the conversations. If you have any input about basketball and your opinions and how you see things and some of the things you guys coach, I'd love to start creating that conversation. I just want to make sure that like people get this knowledge, right? I don't want to be selfish with this knowledge. I talk to my family and I talk about doing some of my game plan things, and they're just like, why would you want to give everybody your game plan, And honestly, the reason why I want to like give everybody the tools that I have to be successful is because I know from personal experience and all the experiences I've seen around just again just my own that the information has value on people's lives, right? And just where it can take you and how it can make you think as like a person. And I'm kind of going off. So yeah, just kind of watch and let me know what you think, dog.